Yeah.
So it's kind of they share responsibility, you know.
Yeah.
So I do that full time. You know, that's my day job.
Yeah.
But my full time night job and sometimes in the daytime is poetry.
And I can see that it's more than just a hobby now. It's like your life. Definitely.
Life's work. I got this tattoo. I'll show you my tattoo.
Oh,
you guys can't see the tattoo, but I'll tell you about it. It's on my arm, and this sweatshirt's too tight.
Simple and to the point. It's really nice.
Thank you. It's on my right forearm. It says "Poet," period. It's the word "poet" with a period at the end of it. And I got this last year around this time. Just because I always wanted a tattoo, but I didn't know what to get, and it kind of came to me in a dream, and it feels like it should have kind of risen up through my skin as opposed to somebody putting it there. So,
yeah.
It's like a birthmark.
Because when you get a tattoo, you don't know. I don't know what to get either. I always wanted a tattoo too, but I don't want to get something that has no meaning,
right? And
just be random just because I want one.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting, and maybe I'll have some kind of revelation.
Yes,
because I would love that.
Yes, it'll hit you. It'll be an epiphany. You'll be like, oh, that's what we get.
Yeah. Because I know that I like to write as an author also, just short stories and stuff. And I know that sometimes when I'm sleeping or when I'm about to go to sleep, that's when I get the most inspiration. It's so weird.
It's because your mind is relaxing. I think it allows for creativity to push through.
Yeah. I think so too, because you're more relaxed. Even sometimes I'll be half asleep, and it just makes me so mad because I need to write it down before I forget, and I have to get up out of bed. It makes me so mad, but I'm so happy because I have something that comes out of it. And even when I do write poetry too, it happens. I'm like, oh, but I have to get out of bed and write it down before I forget. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is.
And you think it's not real when people say, oh, I see it in a dream, but
it's real.
You can see it in a dream.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is next? Do you remember the first poem you ever written?
Wow.
I know that's going way back. Because I don't even remember.
The first poem I ever wrote. I do actually. I remember the first poem that I wrote. It was in my green spiral notebook, which I can't find to this day. Makes me very upset. But it was about my parents when they separated, and I can remember the first couple lines and because we stayed with my dad for a while. Then it was just better for us if we went with my mom, just because like she's a mom. When I have a sister and we're two girls, you know, and it just makes more sense kind of to be with your mom. So it went bye dad, hi mom, I'm sorry I'm leaving. Something, don't cry, Dad. I'm not dead, so stop grieving. And that's all I can remember of it, because my dad was just, you know, he was sad.
Yeah.
So I think that was my first poem that I can like
really remember.
Claim, like I'm pretty sure it was the first poem that I wrote.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
Did that in any way start you? Did you like poem before that, or did you just start kind of there with putting your emotions on paper, kind of?
I honestly don't know.
Which is understandable. It's like
it's
weird. Time ago.
I know. I mean, but it's
not that long ago. You're not saying you're older.
No, I mean it was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost 30. People can't tell by looking, but...
Yeah, you don't look that old.
I'll be 30 next year.
20s.
Yeah, I'll be 30 next year. So, which is all good. I'm excited. But no, it was a while ago. But I don't, and I've sat and I've thought about this since you asked, because I don't know when it started.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the first poem I wrote. And I'm sure it was born kind of in school, because in my school system was good for kind of promoting, like,
the arts and stuff.
Not really the arts, but just like good writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we were held to a standard. I went to Howard County schools.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I grew up in Columbia.
Yeah.
We were held to a
they
standard.
Had better schools up there too.
Yeah, we were held to a really high standard of thinking. You know what I'm saying? You have to do this, and I think what kind of was born out of that, because I'm not a big academic. I did what I needed to do to get the good grades.
Yeah.
But school really wasn't my flavor. I loved the camaraderie, the social aspect of it, the sports, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fun, the hanging out with my friends and stuff. But I wasn't really big into books and learning that way.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. So it's kind of so I kind of tapped into my intuitive side, I think, when I started to write poetry. Start.
And it worked.
It worked. Yay.
Do you know what made you like it? Like, what made you really? Did you really start studying poetry after you started writing it? Like, did you all of a sudden just start liking it? And I want to know what made you like it, basically.
I feel like this. I didn't like poetry like that. I didn't listen in my English class when I was in high school to teacher trying to teach me about poetry. I was like, I already know how to do this. I don't need to listen to this, and it's dry. All this that you're giving me is too much. I can't deal. So I didn't really, when I was in grade school, care for it too much. I was always that kid, like, when I ran track, everybody was paying attention to, like, what everybody else's times were. When everybody else was running, I didn't care. I just knew I needed to run 7 to 6, you know what I'm saying? Run 7-6. That's what I need to do. Yeah, I need to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do some more, and I'm going to whoop you while I'm doing it. That was my whole thing. So I never really paid attention to what was really happening around me, but I found that when I got into the spoken word arena and I wanted to grow and I wanted to become better, that I needed to learn.
Yeah.
I needed to learn, because there's a difference between doing it out of ignorance and doing it while knowing, you know what I'm saying, and having a choice.
Yeah.
So I decided to learn the different styles, the different, the difference between what I found through my studying, the difference between the literary and the spoken word, the different types, the forms, the literary devices, everything. Like, I had to study all of this, and you had to study in order to teach it.
Yeah.
And I teach poetry now. So, you just have to know. And it made me like it more. It made me like reading it and analyzing it and breaking it down. And, like, looking at how somebody dealt with the sounds and how they, decided to choose a certain pattern. I do like it. I enjoy it a lot now.
Does the spoken word poetry, is it the same as the regular written poetry? Is there different things, like different rhyme schemes and everything? Is it the same, or is it more like you're talking, but I'm not sure.
I know what you're saying.
Word it.
I feel like it's more of the same. Follow me. I think that it is everything that literary poetry is, with more added.
Okay.
Because there's a difference. There's an underlying difference wherein spoken word deals with type, like confessional, lyrical, narrative. There's like 7 different types